penguins around when I grow up?
I sure hope so.
Do more than hope. Since the 1970s, global warming has caused ice in the Antarctic to melt, and populations of Adelie penguins have been rapidly declining ever since. There's still time to make a difference before the Adelie penguin vanishes along with its habitat. Go to defenders.org/global warming to learn more.
It's the dawn of a new way to power Louisiana. Green power. The power to help the environment. The power to help Louisiana. The power to help your neighbors now and for the future. All we need to make it work is you. Visit gogreen.com to learn how you can get green power for your home or business.
I'm Harry Connick Jr.
And I'm Branford Marcellus.
Hurricane Katrina devastated our hometown of New Orleans and destroyed communities all across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama.
But plans to rebuild have already begun. Join us with Habitat for Humanity in Operation Home Delivery as we rebuild homes and lives.
New Orleans and the Gulf Coast can recover, but only with your help.
Please, donate, volunteer.
Get involved. Visit Habitat.org.
Welcome back to Jefferson Journal. Scott Rojas is with us with JEDCO, and that is the Jefferson Parish Economic Development Commission. Scott, thanks for being with us on Jefferson Journal today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start at the beginning and tell us what JEDCO is. What service does it perform for the community?
Well, JEDCO is an independent arm of Jefferson Parish government. We're in charge of attracting and developing business in Jefferson Parish.
And how do you go about doing that?
Well, the first thing we do is typically we retain business. 80% of the business in Jefferson Parish is what we expect to grow. So we develop the business we have by meeting with them, retaining companies, one-on-one visits, any service that a company needs, they can come to us and we can provide them with the service.
So what kind of services can you offer?
We do business finance, and we're one of the few economic development agencies in the state and the country that offer financing. So that's one of our services, as well as information resources. We provide companies with demographic information, anything from business reports to population statistical data.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, we can provide companies with any resources they need to grow their business. If they're looking to expand, we can provide them with a site selection assistant. In other words, if a company is looking for a new building or a new facility, we can identify that in Jefferson Parish and even outside the parish in one of our neighboring parishes. Because while we like to develop business in the parish, it's still a win if we can keep them in a region. So if a company relocates outside the parish, we still retain the company's residents and or jobs locally and investment.
So you got a pretty good finger on the pulse of business in Jefferson Parish. How do you feel like business is doing right now? What's the climate for business in the parish?
Well, it's very strong. Our tax base continues to grow as far as business-wise. We're up to, in the last 5 years, we've grown to about 8,500 new businesses in Jefferson Parish. It's very strong. It's a 10-year growth in 5 years. Some of that's created right after Katrina with companies moving in to capitalize on the investments in the area. But we still continue to get new investment in Jefferson Parish. I believe as of the end of the year, we had 38,000 plus new total businesses in the parish.
What do you think makes Jefferson Parish an attractive place to do business or to open a new business?
It's the relationship between Jefferson Parish government, JEDCO, the business community, as well as the residential population is very strong. The parish identifies any obstacles to having a business and really addresses those rapidly. We had a company recently, People's Health, was considering another option in a neighboring parish. President Young aggressively pursued that company. We worked with the company to identify obstacles that are preventing them from staying here, anything from parking issues in the facility we're in to lease space, negotiating rents and whatnot. We were able to retain that, and that was a significant amount of jobs that we kept here, investment and population. So I really got to give credit to Jefferson Parish as well as the civic and business community.
If a business is struggling or has a need that maybe they don't know how to meet or they're not quite sure where to turn. How would they go about getting in touch with JEDCO?
Well, they can give us a call. Our phone number is 504-833-1881. They can go to our website, www.jedco.org. We've joined the social revolution, so they can go to our Facebook page. We Twitter on a regular basis. So there's many ways of getting in touch with us. Recently we've started getting business prospects through Facebook. So it's really a neat time to be marketing our services.
Do you have a cutoff for how big a business you can handle? I mean, if somebody has a small mom and pop kind of thing, can JEDCO help them also, or do you have to be like a larger business to really take advantage of the service?
No, we deal with any size. We traditionally meet with small companies, mom and pops, one-on-ones, all the way up to our 500 to 5,000 person businesses. So there's no cutoff on size. I meet with companies one-on-one with marketing support. Anything that a business can visualize, we can help them with, from a pothole in front of their business all the way up to if they want marketing support, if they're looking for zoning issues. We really encourage businesses to give us a call.
Is there a charge for any of these services?
No. The only charge that we have is we do provide a business database. It's a very valuable resource. It's a new business list that we send out every month. I believe they charge a penny a listing, so it's worth its weight in gold. It gives people an opportunity to see who's moving into the parish business-wise. It's a resource for sales, for any resource. That's the only charge that we do, and it's really to cover the service.
So that's if you buy that list.
Right.
Well, that would be a really valuable tool for people to have if they're marketing, letting people know about their services.
That's correct. Every one of our other services are free. Including if they want to meet with our loan officers and talk about any type of business loan that we offer.
So you talked a little bit about the social networking revolution, and of course technology is what it's all about in business and even with individuals. And y'all have an exciting new venture out in Avondale.
That's right. Churchill Technology and Business Park is a long-term project. We've been working with that park since 2000. It was really a project to create new investment in Jefferson Parish. It is 500 acres. We evaluated several sites throughout Jefferson Parish, and it was neat that we were able to identify some of our last remaining acreage that was untouched. I believe it sits right in the middle of 3,500 vacant acres. So the idea behind the park is to create an area that has a high wealth of investment so that development around it continues to grow in that manner. So right now we currently have 40 acres with infrastructure, meaning it's streets, light, it's ready for new development. JEDCO owns another 50 acres directly behind that, but the entire park's 500 acres under the same codes and coverages. Plans are for JEDCO to move into that park in March. Our building is nearing completion, and we're real excited with that move. Currently, if somebody wants to contact us, they can come to our offices in the AAA building in Causeway in Mettering.
So what's the vision for that, the long-range vision? When it's all developed, who'll be there, what sort of services, what sort of businesses, what's your dream for the site?
We are aggressively marketing to companies for commercial office space, warehousing, and light manufacturing. The goal would be to attract technology-driven firms, anywhere from software development to film media, as well as we've talked to bioscience, anything that fits that realm, but we are still looking at any other options. The park has been zoned in several different phases so that we can keep the aesthetics. Light manufacturing, warehousing would be near the rear of the park. Any technology service would be near the front of the park. And we've even gone to the next step to create technology-driven firms. So we have a business incubator that we will be launching in March as well. JEDCO's been in incubation business since 1987, and we've created hundreds of business and thousands of jobs through our incubation program. So it's kind of neat to think that we're going to relaunch our program in March that's geared totally to technology-driven firms.
Tell me what you're doing to go out and recruit businesses for the park.
For the park, we have been on a national campaign. We've been marketing nationally to, we call them site selectors. These are companies that identify potential moves from companies, and they come to us in other locations to scout. I believe we've talked to about 30 of them over the last year. We've aggressively marketed directly to them through direct mail, website. We have a website for the park, churchillpark.org. Excuse me. And we've
I think we have some pictures we can look at as well, so we can put some of those photos up, and maybe you can tell us what we're seeing here.
This is an aerial of the park. You can see our building. This was taken last week. The JEDCO building would be as you come in to the right. And
how big a building will that be for JEDCO?
It's divided in 3 pods, we call it. There's an administration building, which would be the top. To the right under that would be the finance building, and going around in a circle would be the incubation building. I believe total it's about 12,000 square feet. And the really nice thing about the incubation building is that it was paid from community block development grants from the recovery program after Hurricane Katrina.
So it didn't cost taxpayers in Jefferson Parish?
It's a $2 million grant, so it's a really advantage to us to have such a technology-driven building at no cost to us.
And this must be the your building that's going up now.
That's correct. It's a beautiful building. It's got the latest technology in it. We have everything from smart boards to video conferencing. We have a resource center where folks can come in and do research on companies, get databases, or any research they need to start up a business or continue business in the area.
And Scott, this will be ready in by March, you think?
This will be. It's on timeline. In fact, they just about finished with the sheetrock. They'll be loading furniture in the next couple of weeks.
It's getting exciting. What's the timeline for some of the rest of the areas of the park? And is this the exterior of the building?
We have a small courtyard, or plaza they call it, in the middle, and that's kind of a networking area where JEDCO staff and tenants in the incubator can meet and discuss ideas, kind of a brainstorming area, so to speak. Perez and Associates designed the building. I believe Concordia is finishing out the building as far as the finished material. So it was a partnership, and they've done a good job at designing a really nice looking building with the latest technology.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a great place for you to get in there, and that this is obviously an artist rendering.
That's a rendering of the finished product.
The finished product. So the vision for the whole thing, once you have this, all of the tenants in, I guess you'd call them tenants, or the
That's
people
correct.
who would be coming in, is what's the goal for how many different businesses could you accommodate there?
In-house, we can accommodate 10 businesses in the incubator, as well as we have a program that will be launching Incubator Without Walls. And that's another program where they can take advantage of all the services within the incubator, but they don't have to be housed in it. And that program's, we don't have any cap on that, as many people as ready to roll up.
And for the park itself, the technology and business park, when it's all completed, what would be the capacity for people to locate businesses, warehouses, and things there?
That's not an easy number because it depends on the size and the scale of businesses. If we get say 5,000 person companies, they could occupy the whole park. Or if we get an issue where somebody wants to build a commercial office tower, then you could have 100 businesses in that. So we don't really have a limit or target on that.
Well, good luck with that. It sounds like a lot of exciting things going on with JEDCO and the business climate in Jefferson Parish, doing great things. Scott Rojas, thank you for being with us today on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we want to thank our friends at Cox again for providing us with the space. I'm Margaret Dubuisson, and we'll see you next time on Jefferson Journal.